about work and family balance and coaching, how could that help somebody in the workplace?
Yes, I guess work-life balance, and particularly becoming a parent as well, is an absolutely huge transition. And I remember as a father, going back 24, 25 years, I had a brief understanding, I think, about what being a parent was, but really didn't. Nothing could prepare you for what it is. And, when you've got that type of job, which takes so much out of you, physically and emotionally, time-wise, it would have been really helpful to have had some coaching through that, because it is a huge transition. I mean, your world has literally been turned upside down. And you think, you're leaving work to get home for a rest, and then suddenly it just starts again. So I think of understanding for, what was going on for my wife as well would have been really helpful. And just realize that it's okay, that it's a struggle, that you're finding it tough. But again, going back in time, I'm not sure that was really an option. It's just what you did.
Yeah, and I guess in some ways it was probably hard to question that, or hard to ask for help. And I think even these days we're seeing the same sort of thing. Culturally, I think it's still more acceptable for perhaps a mum going through the maternity transition to ask for help than it is a dad who's going through that paternity transition. So it's always something that's on our mind, trying to encourage both mums and dads. Everyone's still going through the same transition, regardless of how much time you're taking off. The impact that it has on you as a person and on your life is very similar.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I agree with that. The focus being more on mother, which I totally get. But there's two people in that relationship, and they've got their different struggles. And unless you shine a light on the issues that are coming up for you, they're just going to get bottled up. And at some point or other, they're probably going to pop out. Unless they are addressed. So yeah, it's a really important point.
So what would you say to somebody who might be a bit skeptical about signing up for coaching?
Yeah, I understand that people might be skeptical. I can see that. And I think we're uncomfortable with change. And do we need to change? And what's the benefit of the change? And what's the cost to change? So I understand why people might be wary of embracing that. But in my experience, we all have blind spots. And what's important for a coach is that they can help shine a light on those blind spots that are stopping us from performing to our maximum. And also, I've realized that working with people, that nearly always we have the best answers ourselves. But what's really difficult is to ask yourself the right question. So what a coach can do beautifully is stand in that neutral space, in a really safe listening space without any fear of judgment or evaluation, and ask the objective questions that unlock those answers. So I know coaching has helped me an awful lot, and the feedback I've had from clients and watching them grow and transform, tells me that it works. So trust the process. I think it does work.